Corner, featuring singers, songwriters, and authors from all over the world. We are so excited you've joined us, and we're looking forward to having a great time. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to use the comment section from wherever you're watching to interact during our live shows. We're so excited about our special guests and can't wait to hang out with you. Stream Carolyn's Corner live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and 1071krxp.com.
Hi, it's Carolyn. We're so excited about our special guest tonight, and we're so glad you're here. Get ready. We're going to have some fun. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner. It feels weird saying afternoon, but I'm so excited to be here with you guys and gals out there. I'm super excited about our special guest today, and I know it's a little early, but please, when you go back and watch this, please make sure you like, comment, and share. And of course, if for those of you who come in and are watching now, you may not hear this yet, but make sure you comment and say hi to Miss Sheryl. So I'd like to introduce our very special guest. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Sheryl Bass. Hi, Sheryl. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. I'm so glad to have you back. This is Miss Sheryl's second visit on Carolyn's Corner, and I couldn't be more happy. I'm very excited about it. You've written some great books. Why don't you start off, ma'am, by telling us a little bit about yourself? And I'm going to be listening, but I'm going to be checking and making sure we're good to go so we can see those comments. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Well, I have a master's degree in social work and a master's degree in journalism, and I use both of those to inform my picture book writing. And I wrote a picture book a little over a year ago, October 2022. I published it, and it's called Baby Dragon's Big Sneeze. And it's been really successful. It has gotten about 10 international book awards and hit bestseller status on Amazon 6 times in the year and a half or so since it's been published. And wow. I have a new book out that I just published less than 6 months ago called Baby Dragon Finds His Family, and that's the sequel. And that book has hit Amazon bestseller twice already in the less than 6 months since that one's been published.
Oh my gosh, how thrilling that must be so thrilling for you. I mean, that's like if a singer-songwriter gets in the charts and makes it number one. I mean, that's a huge deal. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, you're welcome. You know what I'm going to do right now while I'm thinking of it? Everybody knows my memory is so bad. I'm going to put a picture up of the first book that you wrote and then the second one that we're going to talk about today real quick, just to give them an idea about what you're talking about. Okay, Sheryl? So sure. This was the book that you promoted the first time you came on, Baby Dragon's Big Sneeze. Now tell them just a real quick recap of what that one was entailing, because I thought it was such a great little story.
Okay. Basically a dragon's flying around. He's young. He's only been around for a few weeks. So he's flying around happy as can be. And unfortunately he catches a cold. And what happens when a dragon sneezes? Well, they breathe fire. So unfortunately he accidentally burns down a village. And everybody's really mad at him and they all want to attack him. But then a little girl decides to go to his cave to get his side of the story. So part of the theme of this is not making assumptions about others. And so she talks to him and asks him, why would you do something like this? And he tells her, I can't help it. I have a cold. I sneezed. And she says, okay, well, why not get your parents to help you? And he says, well, I hatched alone in this cave. And so she decides to get... so he doesn't have parents to help him. So she decides to get the townspeople to help him get well. And in turn, he helps them rebuild. So that's the first. Oh my gosh.
It's such a great story. It really is about being kind. I mean, compassionate, just not judging others. It's just a great story. So let me show the title, the cover of that one more time, because they can still get that. Isn't that correct, Sheryl? Yes. And it's such a good story. I'm telling you, your children will love it, or grandchildren, whoever you may be reading to or having read. I know my grandson's now old enough to where he's finally learning how to read, and I'm so excited. He's in first grade. So, great. Yes. So
Perfect
let
age.
me
Because
show
3 to 8 is the age group for this.
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait for him to see this. Let me put this I'm just going to put the cover up there for a moment and then we'll take it off and have you tell us all about this book. I'm super excited about this sequel to Baby Dragon's Big Sneeze. Here we go. So this is Baby Dragon Finds His Family. What great illustrations. Man, that is great. I love it. He's so cute with his little teeth. I love it. So Sheryl, tell us whatever you would like to tell us about this book, because I know it's great and I know it's going to help a lot of children. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So the second book picks up about like 2 or 3 months after the first book ends. So the dragon's been living with humans for a little while and he starts to feel a little out of place. He's the only dragon. They're all humans. So this story is more about belonging and inclusion. And so he's feeling uncomfortable. And so he decides he really wants to find other dragons of his kind. So he goes on a quest. And while he's on this quest, he meets an elf, a unicorn, and a fairy. So it's also good for kids who like other kinds of mythical creatures. And he helps them along the way and they help him and he helps them. So it's about reciprocity and friendship as well, like the first book. But I'm going to give a little spoiler alert here. The title of it is Baby Dragon Finds His Family, but you're not going to see other dragons in this book. He is the only dragon in this book. So he's not going to find his parents. That are his biological parents. But the moral of the story is basically about found family. So he learns that his family are really the humans that have been taking care of him all this time. So it's really particularly good for kids who are either adopted or have a single parent home or divorce or blended families, non-traditional family structures. So that they can know that the people that are around them and that care about them, that's their family.
I love that. And you know what? I think it's more the norm now. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, there's a lot of families that are divorced and the children are having to deal with that. I mean, my grandson is one of them and he's doing quite well, but I just can see how this is going to help so many of the kids because, you know, it's a confusing time. It really is. I love it. So the spoiler is that the family are not dragons. And I really do like that. It's like learning to be comfortable in where you are and know that you're loved no matter where you are. Wow. That is so cool. So where exactly is this book available at? I'm going to go and put the picture back up here again.
Sure. So both books are available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Target.com, Walmart.com, but also you can get them on my website even cheaper than any other retail place. It's cheaper on my website. And my website is be-kindpublishing.com. So it's bekindpublishing.com with a hyphen between the BE and the kind.
I love that. And I love the title of your publishing company. I'm gonna put that on you're so welcome. Let me see here. Let me see. It is Be Kind hyphen in between. Let me see if I can I put the East and the Crow up there. I didn't want to do that. Okay, it's BE hyphen. Well, go ahead and tell them it again because I don't think it's going to come out right.
Sure. be-kindpublishing.com. And you can buy the book directly there, and it's cheaper there if you get it there. And also, they can get 10 free coloring pages if they go to my website as well.
Oh, wow. That's great. Sorry. Wow, that's a great idea. So y'all can go to her website and get the coloring pages and order the book at the same time. So I want to say hi to, let's see, who was it? Miss Sarah. I saw Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Whoever is here, thank you for being here. Y'all check out this book. Marie is here. Now, I tell you what, Marie is a great person to have on with us because she is almost finished writing a children's book too.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So I love that. And we all love books so much, especially kids' books. Hers is about her little dog, Poppy, who's going on an adventure. He's going to be a singer. And it's all about relating to those children out there and not to give up on your dreams. And yours, how to find, he finds his family. I think that's great. I'm going to show the picture again. Marie, I want you to get a look at this because I think you're going to want this book. I really do. I like putting the picture up there because I'm more of a visual person and most people are like that, I think. They'll be like, oh yeah, what was that book about the dragon? Baby Dragon Finds His Family. That is the newest release. And then this one is Baby Dragon's Big Sneeze, which is a great book. They're both going to be excellent. I'm so excited about it. So, hold on, let me get this back off. Sorry, I keep covering up your face. Sorry about that, Sheryl. I wish there was a way it would let me put it like on the side, like in between us, but if it does, I don't know how to do it. I've learned all this time I should know how to do everything on this program. So they can go to the website, they can go to Barnes and Noble, Walmart.com, pretty much anywhere and find this book. So how long ago did you publish it, or how long has it been out?
So this one's been out since October 24th-ish.
Wow. So you
both
got
of them
a while
published in
already.
October. One was 2022 and the other one's 2023.
Wow. So are you planning another one, or is it a surprise?
I am going to do a third one, but not this year. I'm giving myself this year to really promote these books, do some booth sitting at various education events and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I will do a third one probably in 2025. And I'm also probably going to do some kind of an activity book with like, word find and crosswords and things like that, pick the object that's different, various things like that.
I love it. And will it be Baby Dragon is saying help Baby Dragon find his way out? That
would
be really
cool. Like a maze, and you have to try and get him to it.
Oh my gosh, your imagination is so great. I mean, I can just picture that, like all with Baby Dragon, because these kids are going to get to where they're going to know Baby Dragon. Hey, that's Baby Dragon. Oh my!
And the other thing I want to do is also down the line get some have some plushies of them.
Very cool.
And I sing also. I know you work with musicians on a separate day that you work with authors, but I also sing. And so one of my characters in the sequel is a unicorn, and the unicorn sings a song. So I was thinking that perhaps the unicorn, maybe I'd have a stuffy where you pull a string and it sings a song and it's my voice.
Oh my gosh.
So
first of all, I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me this, Sheryl? We could have brought you on during the singing portion and have you do both. So, okay. So Marie wants to know, this is a good question. That's an excellent question. Marie wants to know, or do you have a publisher? Tell her all about that, because she just came on.
Okay. So yes, I am self-published. I'm very pleased to be self-published. It used to have a lot more stigma, self-publishing, than it does today, especially with children's books. There's a lot of, as more and more famous people sort of crowd the market, unfortunately, with picture books. Every person, all the evening talk show hosts have their own picture book. It used to be that a famous person would get a perfume named after them, but they're all now getting picture books and probably having those things. But I'm not bitter. But so as they crowd the market, there's less and less space for regular people like myself to get a book in the marketplace. So, but there's advantages to self-publishing. For example, when I was working on my first book, my father was very ill. And so I was trying to, it was sort of a race against time. I wanted to get it out there before he passed away. And unfortunately, the book, he passed away September 4th, 2022. And my first book published October 19th, 2022. So he missed it by like 3 weeks. But he got to see the illustrations in black and white. He didn't get to see them in color. But one of the advantages with self-publishing is from the time you have the idea and you start, is less than a year till you can get it out there. But with a traditional publisher, it could be like 5 years before your book comes out. And you don't have the creative control over, I chose my illustrator. I worked with a woman named April Cox. She has a company called Self-Publishing Made Simple. And I really thought when I was self-publishing that the self part of self-publishing was going to be the big factor. And I'd be alone in a room and I'd be trying to figure out ISBN codes and all of this and how to file with the Library of Congress and all of these things all on my own. But I'm a member of the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. And one day, as a member of these types of organizations, you often can see archived videos of various different topics. So I was watching an archive video one day and I saw this April Cox woman talking about self-publishing made simple. And she has vendors that she works with. So she has editors, she has web designers, she has all of these people that she works, and illustrators. And so I contacted her, and she will like get on a Zoom call with you and actually walk you through filing with the Library of Congress, and she'll give you the web addresses of the illustrators and help you choose the illustrator. The illustrators that she works with all do something called work for hire, which means
Oh,
that
okay.
the author has the rights after they finish illustrating it, and after you pay them up front, then have the rights. So I'm able to do something like a plushie if I want to, or something like that. And I don't have to share my royalties now with
Right.
the illustrator. They've already been paid, and now I own these characters. So,
Wow.
okay, I see that Marie is doing her own illustrations. That's great to be
Wow.
able
I
to
know, that is great.
be an author
And
illustrator.
I have a question. First of all, let me say that is so similar to songwriting. I mean, the steps, they're almost the same, because you do musicians for hire, same exact thing, and you still retain your rights as long as you're paying them. Same thing. But I'm wondering, like on the plushies, which is such a good idea. I love that idea. Oh my gosh. And you could even combine it. Listen to me. I'm over here giving you ideas with the book. Oh my gosh. I love that idea. But you would have to have like a manufacturer make those, or how would you go about that?
There are companies, just like with illustrators, there are companies that make plushies, and I'd show them what the flat image looks like, and then they would make it into a plushie. The thing with that though is that I want to have in place. Right now I'm a sole proprietorship, and I would want to have an LLC, a limited liability corporation, because, to be blunt here, if God forbid a child were to choke on a plushie, I don't want anyone taking my house. So
no, I understand.
So if I have that protection, I would want to have that in place first before I make something. You never know what could hurt somebody. So, and maybe also liability insurance. Someone told me to consider doing that for when I go into school. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I've been looking into a lot of that myself. I right now I'm just going to start off with just a DBA, and I'm not even going to, just a sole proprietorship, because I'm not manufacturing anything. So I want to give a big shout out to Regina. She's here too. Regina and Sarah. Thank you, ladies, for being here. They're wonderful people. I'm telling you. Regina said, that's really cool. Reminds me of learning to record, mix, and master my own music. I know, it's so amazing. Thank you for that point, Regina. And it's so amazing, the similarities. And I've said that for a long time. I mean, it's all art, and the similarities between music, songwriting, publishers, books are just, it's very similar, because you still have to go through the Library of Congress. You still have to, and it's all the same kind of steps. If you don't play music, you have to get a studio to do it for you. Even if you do, you have to find a studio that will record the music, and then that's musicians for hire or whatever. So there's a lot of steps that are similar. Wow. And you've been really doing your research. Yeah. And I can see why you may want to consider that LLC just in case. I love that, Regina. Yeah. It's amazing how closely connected that they are. That's why, Paul, my co-host, he was my co-host before. He's an author, a self-published author. And that's why we started, bringing in authors, and we started talking about it's like so similar. He hasn't been coming on the show lately, but he's still doing his books, and he even started writing songs because of this. And you know what I mean? It's just amazing. Because
there's a lot of opportunity for crossover too. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe you could tell me where I could go, because I came up with a children's calendar for school, for school age children. And what I wanted to do, because I made them myself, I just, I wanted to make like a sticker book to go with it, certain stickers. Do you know where you would go to find somebody that can make you something like that?
Probably April Cox. She probably knows people who do that, because there was a time when I was thinking that I might want to do teachers pay teachers, and possibly make a workbook that is more educational, like about certain vocabulary words in my books and things like that. Because I do say that I have a master's in social work, and so I say that my books have social emotional learning messages in them. But then when I looked into the teachers pay teachers type of books that I would have to make, there's a lot of research I would have to do and know exactly what theory is behind the social emotional learning, and what part of social emotional learning my books are trying to access and have various lesson plans and all of that. And that ended up being too much. But I did find people that would be able to do that with me. And so if I do end up doing that down the line, I found them through April. So she has a lot of sort of tentacles that can help you, especially anything children related.
Yeah, well, that because I'm very passionate about children too. My grandkids just make my world revolves around them, and they're both. We have 2 7-year-olds and a 4-year-old, and the grandson that I babysit all the time. They live in the same city, but one of my babysit all the time. He was having trouble remembering, Grandma, when are you going to be here? Because he's from a divorced family. So I literally made him a custom calendar.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, 1 week you're here, 1 week you're there. This is when Grandma, a little icon of a grandma, a little cartoon of a grandma on the days. And it makes it easier for the kids that can't read yet. And I thought, man, this could really catch on. It could be a children's calendar just for kids, that can't read, teaches them how to read a calendar, and I think it's a really good idea. I printed out a couple of them and I was like, you know what? I think I'm onto something, but now it's just sitting there because I'm like, I don't know what to do next. I want the stickers, but I don't know. So maybe I should talk to you and maybe you could get me in contact with her and just see if it's something that's worth pursuing, because I was able to put just put the little pictures in there. But I thought, man, a sticker is always fun for a small child, So,
right. You could even go somewhere like Staples or Office Depot, one of those kind of places, because we have another side business that we do is we have a product that we invented called the Pet Pedal Pull Cart, which allows a dog to be a flower child in a human wedding. So if you go to petpedalpullcart.com, you'll see our little cart that distributes flower petals. So it allows the dog to be a flower. But we were making little stickers that said Pet Pedal Pull Cart on them. Yeah. So we had the font and we had the image of my former dog, whose name, interestingly, was Lyric, because I sing. Right? And so, and she's since passed away, but she was our little mascot for Pet Pedal Pull Cart. And so we made these little, we showed Staples what the images were, and they were able to put them on just reams of little circular stickers, and they were sticky on the back. So you could and that was sort of a lower budget way to do that. Oh, thank you, Regina. She said she loves
that. Is a great name. That's a great idea.
Thank you. And so if you wanted to do that and make them sticky, you could, go to someplace like Office Depot or whatever, show them the image, and then they'll put it on something sticky, and then you can make them into stickers.
Well, I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. My son was trying to help me because he said, I think this is a good idea. And I was like, because and I thought you could even promote them to the schools, to the teachers, to say, here's for your children, because they teach them a calendar, but they don't teach them, all of that. Like, when do I have school? When is the weekend? It gets confusing to a kid. Marie said, I've been working on a calendar with pictures of Poppy. Oh, I didn't know that. That's great. Nice. I wanted to bring it out this year, but with the problems of last year, I had to put it on hold. I understand, but that would be cool to get it done. Right, Marie? See how it is? Everyone has great ideas.
And she's writing songs to go with the Pappy book.
Yes.
So that's terrific too.
Isn't that good? I mean, because Poppy is going to become an entertainer, her little dog in the book. Okay. And I love it. I think it's such a good idea to follow your dreams, and I just love it. I always say, if all of us put our minds together, can you imagine what we could create? I'm not even kidding. It's like, everybody's got so many ideas, like, oh, I realized there's a need for this. Like the little calendar that I was thinking of. I'm like, well, there's none. There are. I found some, but they are not at all what I want. I'm like, no, I don't want okay, put the day here, I don't want that. I want, this is your calendar, and I said, well, even if it's just basic, like the school days calendar for each school, So I made some of that. I've already got them ready. I just need to find out about the stickers. So I need to, I'll look into that. You said Office Depot, or you think that'd be the best? Staples. Yeah. Okay. I'll check in that. The only problem I had is I had so many different stickers, that I wanted to use. Like I needed the school bus, I needed the grandma, I need, and all this stuff. And well, maybe I should make it simpler.
Or you can just have all those different things and they'll make them all into stickers for you,
That's a great idea. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. It's probably not that expensive. Let's see. Yeah. Marie's Poppy passed away. So that was a heartbreak, just like your dog. Oh. Yeah. I had a print made of his paw and had it made into a stamp so that he can autograph all of his.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, interestingly about autographs, My dog Lyric was starred as Toto in The Wizard of Oz, in Boulder Dinner Theater's production of Wizard of Oz when I lived in
Oh my
Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado.
gosh.
And once I got over my professional jealousy, because I'd sent them demos of myself and they weren't interested in me, but they were interested in her.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so, but after each performance, I brought a little ink pad. And I would have her. She was in the playbill, like they had all the actors, and they had her
Oh
little
my
face.
gosh.
And but after each performance, I would put her paw onto a little ink pad, and I would have her, sign people's playbills.
I never even heard of that. That is such a great idea, y'all, Marie. Oh my
And I
gosh.
wrote a story about it that ended up in a couple of books. Lost Souls Found: Inspiring Stories About Chihuahuas. That's available on Amazon. And my story, Working Like a Dog, was in there about Lyric and her run. She did 7 shows a week for 5 months.
Oh my
And
God.
she was paid in prime rib. I was paid actual money, like $40 a show.
Prime rib. Oh my gosh.
Yes, because
Well, that's funny that she was a.
so they had the
Yeah.
prime rib for her. So
Well, it's funny that she was a Chihuahua because so was Marie's dog, a Chihuahua.
oh, yeah.
They're just superstars. They're little superstars. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. That is so awesome. So I'm going to put the pictures of the books up here again, because I know y'all are going to want to get them. For those of you tuning in that have children of your own that are young, get these books. I'm telling you, they're excellent. For those of you that are grandmas, grandpas, get these books for your kids, grand babies. Okay. My friend would love that book about the Chihuahua. She has like 8 of them. See?
Oh, okay. Great.
Oh,
Well,
we should have.
two books have that story. And so one of them is that Lost Souls Found: Inspiring Stories About Chihuahuas. And the other one is called Second Chance Dogs: True Stories of the Dogs We Rescue and the Dogs Who Rescue Us. And
Oh,
both
I
of
love
those
it.
are available on Amazon and have Working Like a Dog, which is my short story about being a stage mom to a dog.
Oh, that's so funny. It's like being to a toddler dancer or something, or to a.
Right. So, I mean, I
love
even
it.
talk about like being in the audience and the person next to me saying, my daughter's in the Lollipop Guild, and me going, yeah, well, my dog is Toto. So,
Top that, right?
yeah, exactly. So
that was Poppy. He
snaps in
didn't
the Z
star in any
formation.
movies, but he was a superstar everywhere he went. That's true. He was. Mickey Gilley and the Bellamy brothers wanted to take Poppy home with them. I know. I was there, witnessed at least some of it. He went to every show with Marie, because Marie is a big music fan like I am, even more so than I am, if that's possible. She goes somewhere every night almost to watch music. She always took Poppy with her. Wow. Let me put those pictures back on here again. Okay. I just think that's so awesome, man. So here is the newest book.
And I also want to mention that both of them rhyme. And
I love that. I love rhymes.
That made it difficult with the traditional publishing houses. Some of them even came back to me and said, we don't like rhyme. So certain things go in and out of fashion, which I think is so silly, because
the kids can read it better when it rhymes, and they remember it better. They do.
Yeah. So rhyming, actually, there's research that says that rhyming actually helps with language acquisition. It helps with, it encourages reluctant readers. And this is why things like nursery rhymes are so popular and so helpful for young children. So, but unfortunately, a lot of these publishing houses are not educators or social workers. They're just,
they're just retired. To me, I know, with my grandson and my kids, I always read rhyming books to them, and they would always catch on, and they would memorize them very quickly. Let's see. That was the next book, and this was the first one. I went in the wrong order. This was the original Baby Dragon's Big Sneeze by Sheryl Bass. Y'all check it out. Make sure you get those. And then Baby Dragon Finds His Family. And in case you missed it, spoiler alert, Sheryl, tell the ladies here one more time what the spoiler alert is about Baby Dragon Finds His Family.
Okay, don't tell your kids this, but I'll let the adults know that the dragon does not meet other dragons in this story. He learns that his family are the humans that have been caring for him all along. So it's about found family. So it's particularly good for kids who have non-traditional family structures. Either they're adopted, or they're in foster care, or they have, 2 dads or 2 moms, or single parent home, or divorce, blended family, those sorts of things.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, that is more of the norm now, it seems to be, than anything. But we need that. We really do need that. The kids need this. You know, it's a confusing time for them, and it takes a while. It takes a long time for them to adjust, especially if the, you know, like in my grandson's case, they weren't divorced and then they were. You know, he remembers that. He's like, well, what's going on here? What did I do? You know, and so I'm constantly reminding him, man, you have so many people that love you, you know, but I love that. If from an animal's point of view, I mean, he still plays with the stuffed animals. We play games with them and make them talk, you know, and that helps. It really does help. Try to.
Right. And Marie just wrote that one publisher told her if her book had talking animals to forget about it. That's ridiculous. Kids love talking animals.
They sure do.
And it helps them deal with their feelings if they can express themselves through the animal. That's why in play therapy, I used to be a social worker, and when you do play therapy with kids, you often have, you know, little puppets, and the puppets are animals, and you're having them talk, and they're having the puppets talk, and the animals are expressing their feelings because they can't express them themselves, you know. And so having that little separation, having it be an animal that's saying how they're really feeling, can make it more comfortable and safe for them. So.
Wow. So Regina said she's got to go get my husband. This was so fun. Thank you for being here, Regina. I hope you're doing well, sweetheart.
Take care. Thank you for your comments.
Yes, I appreciate you guys so much. So Sheryl, I wish you the best of luck, man. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so I don't know, in case anyone's not told you this, I'm very proud of all that you're accomplishing. I really am. I'm proud of you. Really, that's a big deal. I mean, you're helping kids, and it's just, that's, to me, that is, gosh, if you could do that every day, you know what I mean? Honestly, because kids need our help. Kids need our support and our love and our encouragement, whatever we can do. And if a book's going to do that, and you know it does, they just bring out everything in those children. Right. I'm just so happy that you're doing this, and that Baby Dragon is keeping his adventures going. And I hope when you do book number 3, whenever it is, let me know. I would love to have you come back on, and we'll talk about it.
I'd love to come back. And just to remind everybody that you can get it cheaper. You can get my books on Target.com, Walmart.com, Amazon.com, but the cheapest place to get it is be-kindpublishing.com, which is my website.
Yes, and she'll also give you some free coloring pages for the kids. Marie said, I've talked to grownups about my book, and they said they don't care that it is a children's book or child's book. They want to get the book for themselves. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great book. I know it is. And I know your books are great, Sheryl. I appreciate you being here so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I just pray that God continues to bless you in everything you do, and bring this your great talent to these kids and these people. And you take care of yourself, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. Okay.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. God bless you. We'll see you soon. Bye. Bye, Marie. Bye, Regina. Bye, Sarah. Okay. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.